Hi guys. Oops, let's see. Camera's not quite right. Let me fix it here a little bit. Okay. Maybe that's okay. Anyway, I was getting ready to go over a new deck, bond with my new deck, and I figured why not put it on film to show you how I do it. For those of you new to tarot. So what I do when I get excuse me, a new deck is this is my bonding deck chair, and so what I do is I get the deck, take it out of the box, obviously, and then I don't keep my decks in the boxes. So and of course I usually read the box and everything, just like you read the back of a cereal box while you're eating cereal. I like to read everything. I like to not miss anything. But anyway, so then the boxes go over here in all my tarot boxes, and then I try to find a spot for it. Oops, that's good for now. I'm gonna need to get another shelf or take some things, my basket or this thing off the shelf. I do have another shelf, but that has my books on it. So so then I have my cards, and after I bond with my cards and go through my cards, so this is my tray that I keep them on until I'm done bonding with my cards. But then when I'm done, then I go and I put them on my altar, and I put the incense on them. I use lavender, and I just set them on my altar before they go in with my other decks that I keep in a bin, and I'll show you that later on when I get to that point. So this is Earth Magic, the Earth Magic deck. My camera's kind of far away, so I'll try to show it to you. But so I just and I don't know, I'm kind of weird about, like, this is the back of the deck, so I never face the top of the deck down on my tray, just because I do eat on this too sometimes, and I don't know, just to be respectful, I just don't face it down. But so when I'm sitting here with my deck, I have my drink. Okay, let me scoot back a little so you can see everything. The camera's not really in it, but so I just have a notebook as my deck journal. I have several of these because I have so many decks, and I'm so anal that I use like different color pens sometimes, depending. Sometimes I'll do bond with 2 decks at the same time, especially if I don't have a book for a deck. Like there was one deck that I didn't have a book for that I got off US Games, I think, on the playing cards deck. It was called a Party Game. It was which deck was that? Shadowscapes. It was a smaller version, and it didn't come with a book. I probably could have called and got the book, but it didn't come with a book. So, but it didn't matter. I just did it with another deck, and they both were quite similar, so it worked out good. So I usually have different color pencils. I have a pencil usually for when I see symbols in my in the cards that I want to look up to see what they mean. Let's say if it's deer or a swan. Excuse me. Sorry. Then I'll use the pencil. That way when I skim through my books, I can go and look to see what I want to look up. Because in the beginning I used to stop every second and look on my phone, and it made the process go much longer. So sometimes I do use different color pens, especially if I'm using 2 decks, or just if I want to make notes on the side, or things I want to do later, or ideas that I have. That way, I put them in the side margins over here on the notebook. Hopefully you could see this. I will stand up and get closer. And then I also have a sticky note, because I always come up with things in my head that oh, I should get this to go with this deck, like maybe a certain type of crystal, or you know, a certain color candle, just anything that would go with the deck. Then I would make a little note to myself, something to get. And then I always have my wand with me. This is citrulline. Or is it clear quartz? I forget now. But it's a good one. And don't get this wet because it could disintegrate. So I use this as I'm holding it. As I'm looking at the cards, I hold it. Just to bond better with the cards. And so this is what I do. I'll get closer just so that you can see my notebook. So like on the first page, I'll put Earth Magic, I'll put who it's by, and then I'll put the first card. Well, this, I have them out of order, but this is autumnal, I don't know why he calls it autumnal equinox, autumn equinox or fall equinox, and then release. Okay, so that would be the first card. And then I'll write down the card and then any keyword name or any keyword sentence that goes with the card. And then I'll also put down, like in a different color pen, my first impression. So with this card, if you could see it, you know, and that's kind of my intuitive hit. So I would put, you know, the sun is shining through, the forest. So this is telling me, you know, I would write lightness out of the dark, woods, you know, God shining down to show the way out. Okay, so that kind of would be my first impression, my intuitive hit on this card. So, and I do look back at my notes, because I do have, number one, I have lupus, and I forget. But sometimes I will look back at my notes, you know, as I'm doing a spread, just to remind myself what I did see. Well, if it's intuitive, I'll see it again, or I'll see what I need to see at that time. Yeah, and then like I said in my welcoming video, sometimes when I get a new deck, I see people that have crossed over in a deck, and sometimes I don't see them ever again, but I know to look at that. Now I wish these cards weren't so small. I didn't know they were going to be this small. I won't mention who I got these, what company I got these cards from rather. However, I'm so grateful. I tried to scan the back of the box because it said you could download the book. It didn't work. So anyway, I contacted the number on the box, and the maker of the cards, Stephen Farmer, he got back to me and he apologized. You know, he's like, I never sell a deck without at least a little white book. So, but he gave me his outline for the book. So, you know, he downloaded it for me. So it's like a, you know, a paper, a paper, you know, not the book, you know, his notes, his written draft of what the book would be. So I have that to look at. So like on the autumnal equinox, he has harvest. So I don't know if that's on the real little book or if there's a big book, I don't know. But he has harvest. So just because I know about the pagan wheel of the year, I know that the fall equinox is about harvest time. I think that's the first harvest. In fact, we just learned that with Ethany. So shout out to Ethany. He also has reaping. He just has that word, so I'm sure it's about reaping what you sow. And then he has release, which is the word for this. And then he has some notes about what this card is. So I have it on my computer. So then let's say this was the book. I would look at the book and I would read it, and I'll just like quickly go over it. Like it says, conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest, while at some same time making preparation for the season of winter that unfolds from autumn. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and no longer viable, as well as work or job has become void. Stop. Cooper. Of interest or passion. With the release of things comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed. So life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So I might read that, and then I'll make some notes on that, like some keywords. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose. Now, shedding what you no longer need, getting rid of the negative, getting rid of low vibrations is something I totally live by. Once I learned that concept. Okay. Cooper, come here, now. Come here, mommy's working. Quiet barks. Sorry, the camera's so far away. But anyway, so then I would write down, some keywords for myself regarding this card. Cooper. Okay. These people keep looking at the building all the time, so he don't like that. He guards the building. So anyway, so I would then write down some keywords of what the book said. I don't write everything that it says. This is an oracle deck, so it's not like based on Rider Waite, but things that I already know I'm not going to write down. It's just there's no use constantly rewriting, which I did do in the beginning with a lot of tarot decks. I kept writing the same thing over and over again, but then again it did help me remember a bit. And then I would, like I said, I don't ever put it down, but then I would set that one there, and then I would go on to the next one, and I'd get my black pen. Enough, mommy's working. So then I would write cave. No. I'm gonna have to stop this for a minute. Okay, hopefully he'll be quiet now. So while I was waiting for him to be quiet, so then I finished reading what was on this release card in the so-called book, my book. And then I also put a little overview of what it says. This is my initial thoughts, my let's say intuition, and then this is a little overview, and then I put bullet points, kind of just rephrasing. And I also, like in the, let's say, book, it says time to rest, but I also add and reflect. So I do add my own stuff in here, and And in the book, let's say it says release material things, and then I also added clear out old, you know, to make room for the new. And then in the winter, quiet is a quiet time to rest. And then I also added to prepare for rebirth. So you can add your own words to it, because when you're reading the tarot, you know, you're going to add your own words. At least you want to, I would assume. You know, you just don't want to read what the cards mean. Okay? You just don't want to... I think, personally, to be a good tarot card reader, you know, you do want to know for sure what the cards mean. You want to have the base knowledge of what every tarot card means at the root. But then you want to build on that too. So this is why you bond with your deck. This is why you do like kind of a tarot deck journal. And this is why I do it this way. So that you're bonding with your deck. You're taking time to go card by card. Getting some first impressions. Now, I don't, you know, I haven't gone through this deck really yet. So, but let's say this had... And like I said, you know, a dove in the background or a turtle or something, you know, something I didn't know what it meant spiritually. Then I would look that up so that you know. And none of this is in the picture. So that's just what I do with this when I get a new deck. Okay. So I hope that helps. And then I will get back to you when I'm done going through this deck and show you the next step that I do with it. Okay, so we'll fast forward in a little bit from this spot after I go through each of these cards. So I'll see you in about 10 days. No, just kidding. Hopefully I can get this done today. It's early, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's not. I forgot. I slept in late. But anyway, I will see you guys in a little bit. And take care. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, we're almost ready to put the incense on to clear my deck also, after I've put all my energy into every card. And let me know in the comments what you guys do for when you get a new deck. I'd just be curious to see what everybody else does. And also, I didn't mention that when I don't have a new deck, when I haven't purchased a new deck in a while, I definitely get an urge. Not that I want to have another deck, but it is very meditative, if that's the word. Meditative. Yeah, I think that's a word. For me, especially if I'm stressed or something. I'm trying to get everything back in the picture again. So, it's very soothing, and it's a meditative practice that I do when I do go through all the cards in the deck, just for me. So I'd be curious as to know if it is the same for you guys. So it just it's very soothing, kind of like how people like to cook, which I hate to cook. They like to cook because it's very soothing. When I get a new deck, I love to take my time to go through it, because it's kind of like I zone in to the deck, the rest of the world, the rest of the stresses, the rest of the outside world kind of disappears, and I just focus in on the deck and connecting to the energy of the deck. So it's very meditative for me. So let me know if that is the same for you guys, or how you bond with your deck. So we will move on to the next phase now that I've gone through all the cards. Hang on a minute. Oh, every time I turn this thing on, I'm at the wrong angle. So anyway, once I've gone through my deck and bonded with it, then I bring it over to my altar. So I'm going to point down. Well, so I have an incense. I think I'm going to get the sticks too. So these are just, you know, incense I got at a crystal metaphysical store right by me. So I was so excited that there's one right near me, so I go there all the time. So let me just lower this. Now, normally I put it in the middle, but I am manifesting right now. And I will zoom in on this so I can show you. So this is my, if you can see, there's, and you can get books of these. I think I printed this out, but I did buy a book. And I also saw at the metaphysical store by me, they have them printed out on felt, which I really liked. So I might get that next time. But you don't have to, you know, you can just print it off the internet. It doesn't cost a lot to make an altar. So this is just the lavender ones that I use. But anyway, getting back to my manifestation, I decided to use my chakra stones that I've used in my tarot readings. And then I also, which I've never done before, so we'll have to see, I used my tarot cards in my for the chakras. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chakras. And then I added some good luck, you know, happiness, citrine stones. And then for, let's say for the heart chakra, I have emerald here. And then I have the 10 of cups for my heart chakra. So I'm hoping to manifest the 10 of cups. For my root chakra, my crown chakra, I'm sorry. No, for the crown, I have the sun. And then for my third eye, I have the high priestess. So, and then I went around with what I wanted to manifest. And then I have my clear quartz crystal, cellulite, citrine, or whatever it is. my power is in the middle, pointing up. So when I do my ritual, you know, go around in a circle. And if you want, I can do one with you another time. So we'll see. I did this on the full moon. And since it was only like 8 days or 9 days, whatever, till the new moon, so I've just left it. So I did have water and fire here. I had a cup of water and I had a candle lit because I wanted to have all the elements. But I took those down. So hopefully I didn't mess myself up. But I have my manifestation chart that I printed out off the internet that I got offline. Well, I picked my own sacred geometry. I do my manifesting on top of sacred geometry that I print out. Again, I did buy like a color, it was kind of like a coloring book of sacred geometry shapes that I can just rip out the pages. I haven't used those yet, but I did use the one, and I saw it on YouTube, Manifesting Money. And I have a particular dollar that I use for it, that she, like in the middle, she put $1 or whatever she put. I only had $1 on me, so I put it under. And yeah, it works. Works every time. So they increase my link card about $40 each time I do that manifesting. That's not quite the point. I wanted more money than that. But hey, I'm not complaining. So I guess that's my link card. Because of my disabilities, I'm on Link and Medicaid and stuff. So I'm not being ungrateful. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, and it's like happens like right away, like the next day or two. Like I get a notice in the mail that I got increased like $40. So it does work. I'm still manifesting my man, but he ain't coming yet. But anyway, so this is my manifesting, so I'm not going to touch this and move this. But normally I would put the deck in the middle of my, in the middle here. you know, so normally I would lay it down and kind of just spread it out. So this is the earth magic that I was working with. So, and then anything else new that I would get, like new crystals and stuff. And I'm so mad because I purchased this. Now, of course, I thought this was going to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And so what I do when I get like new stones or crystals, this is my first crystal ball. I guess you would call it a crystal ball. Is I put it underwater, not this, not these, because these will dissolve, get messed up underwater. But any other kind of crystals, you got to make sure. But normally the crystals I put underwater, you know, and I clean it, I just cleanse it, and then I set it in a salt bath. So you don't have to get the fancy salt either. I just get sea salt from the grocery store. Okay, so I put it in a bowl with some sea salt. You know, I just set it in there. And so this guy was sitting in sea salt for a while, because usually after that, then I take him out of the sea salt and I set him, you know, in a bowl, or them, you know, so they don't roll, and I set them under the sunlight. So I cleanse my crystals with the sunlight, because the sun is God to me. So what better place to cleanse things than with God? But we haven't had sun. I live in Illinois and we have not had sun for like almost 8 days now, because today's Tuesday, and well, Friday will be the new moon. So you know, I'll leave this all till the new moon. Maybe I'll put him out to the new moon, but see, the moon is on that side of the building, so you know, the moon you can't see from this window. But anyway, so that's what I do to cleanse my crystals. That's how I do it. And I just, you know, I believe in my own power too. Just holding them, you know, gives them the power. So what I was saying I was mad about is because I was kind of waiting, because the stand for this is supposed to come today. And this place has taken so long to deliver stuff. And it's a little stand, and I kind of like that it's a little ball, that it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I'll probably put it like right about, oh, you can't even see where I'm going. But wait, where am I going? So, but anyway, so I'll put it, you know, I'll put it on, okay, it's out of the screen again. So I'll put it on a stand, you know, on my altar. And it is a nice size for here, you know, I don't need anything big and bulky. So, but I thought the stand would come today because I wanted to cleanse the stand too. With my incense. So I'll just be doing the cards and the ball, even though I usually do the incense last for everything. Last for my cards, because then the cards go in with their friends, with everybody else over there. All the other decks. And maybe, I don't know if I'm showing you Cooper. I don't know where my camera's going, because I can't see it. I think I showed you Cooper. But, and, so, but that's where, then I can put it in there with the rest of the crowd. And I used to have them in boxes, but, they didn't like that too much. So anyway, let's get to this thing. Okay, so, and this was little. Now, I bought this knowing it was little, because my table is not that big. Okay, you can get much bigger ones. Walmart has them too. But, so, note to self. Oops, note to self. Clean this out first. Okay. Well, alright. I just make it messy on my kitchen table. Okay. So, note to self. Light the incense before you put it in the box. I didn't know that. So I almost caught the whole house on fire, because I'm like, I had it in here and I'm with the lighter, you know, it's wood. you know, practically catching everything on fire. So we'll just ignore that because I'm here and it's there and I'm locked in. Okay, so we're gonna light the incense. You know, it doesn't go up in flames or anything. So you just light it and then you wait for the flame to go out. My dog does not like fire. He's a, let's see, what is he? He's an earth animal. He's a Virgo. So you just wait. Okay, wait for it to start smoking out. Can you see that? Okay. So then, and because I don't have good motor skills, then you put it into the box on the little thing. And this one has where you can use a stick too. Okay. So, and then you close it because it does have the air openings. Alright. So, then I just let it flow all over. You know, if you want to be fancy, you can get one of those feathers. You know, but I just let it go over, you know, my cards. The cards, you know, usually, sometimes I'll usually buy more than one deck at a time. So I'll just save the deck on my altar until I've done 2 decks. And then I'll, you know, have them all be cleansed. So with cleansing my decks, so what I do with, I'm like, where am I? Okay, so with cleansing my decks, if you can see, like the smoke does come over onto them. And it gets there, it moves around. So, but with cleansing my decks, I mainly just, because I hold on to them and bond with them for so long that they're getting my energy on them, you know, one by one. And then I just bring them over here and let them set with the incense. And again, this is the last step that I do with crystals or decks or, you know, anything else like that I would get. This is the last step for my cards before they go into the pile with everybody else. And then they're all good to go. So, I hope that was clear. And that's how I, you know, bond and, whatever. Clear my decks or cleanse my decks or whatever you want to call it.